want to go back to your first major stage performance, which was Oleanna. The director, Michael Gow, at one point during the rehearsals threatened to sack you, which was actually a great lesson for you in connecting with your character. What happened then?
I think I was imposing my own politics on the play. And ultimately, I think that's patronising. I mean, you've got to respect your audience, present them with something, and allow the discussion to take place off the stage. And, you know, there was a point where Jeffrey had to beat me with a chair or something, and we slipped, and it was in a technical rehearsal, and I must have, nervously laughed. And he said, if you did that in a performance, I would sack you. And of course I went, whoa! It was my first job out of drama school. Yeah. And Jeffrey said he didn't realise that anyone could be filled with that much mucus, because I was just like, from all pores. I mean, I was just devastated. And then I thought, I'm going to go home and weep into my pillow. And he said, no. And he picked me up, took me into another room, made me go over the lines again, and said, you're going to do the play now. And we just ran through the whole thing, and it was a huge turning point for me. And I just thought, no, you have to listen to the other person and allow the audience to judge. In the theatre, if you don't have that sort of elastic chemical connection with the other actors, the audience feels it.
Can you do tears? Is that the next?
Can I do tears? Well, Jeffrey told me that you just turn up stage and pluck a nostril hair. But that's a little bit difficult in a close-up. You probably see the yank.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, I think I'm like any human being. If someone said, be funny, or laugh, or make me, you know, cry, I mean, that's not great direction either. I mean, I think a good director allows... Often I find, too, that when scripts are written for a studio executive, it said she bursts into tears, which frankly is written so often with female characters you wouldn't want to know. They cry all the way through the movie and then rub the hero's knee so many times. Put a big cross through all of that. And often I think the emotional points, when you're filming, come up in unexpected places. So that's not always where the writer or the studio executive envisions, you know, it to be. I think it's healthy to be not hard on yourself, but constructively critical. And I think, you know, you learn to live with your mistakes and learn from those mistakes. And I'm always embracing the prospect of failure, because I think there's that adrenaline rush where you're thinking this mightn't work. I think if you're always embarking upon projects and experiences that you think, I know the outcome of this, then I don't feel you're kind of at the coalface of actually, you know, life, really.
Have you ever actually failed?
Oh, many, many times.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm not going to tell you what they are, but I mean, by my own measure of things, of course. I mean, that's what propels me to keep going.
And when that happened, how did you deal with it?
Oh, it's embarrassing, but for myself. But then you have to get over it, because that's just, in the end, that's just indulgent. The process of performing, I think, of creating a character, of inhabiting something, is that delicious state between wakefulness and sleep. You know, when you're waking up in the morning and you can hear the sounds outside, you know, your sphere of focus is beginning to change, but you're still kind of half asleep in the dream that you're in. And I think probably I had a kind of a fearlessness doing Elizabeth.
I too can command the wind, sir! I have a hurricane in me that will strip Spain bare if you dare to try me!